Good evening, everybody. Here sharing my sunset. What is today? Today is Monday, December 8th, the last month of the year. We are finally at the end of 2025. It's actually unbelievable. That year went by so fast. It was jam-packed, full of a lot of things. And now we are closing the year here in December. I guess this is our first Monday of December. Or no, the first was Monday. Yeah, we started on a Monday, the first. Wow, okay. It's our second Monday. But I am here in Arizona. It is about 6 o'clock, so I'm coming a bit later. I was waiting because we did not really have too much going on in the sky, and so I like to wait till dusk. Then we get this pretty afterglow going on. So there's our northern sky. Here's the west. The sun just set. Well, it set about an hour ago, 45 minutes ago or so. But very pretty sky. We usually have a pretty sky in Arizona, so that is why I share my sky. And because I like liminal spaces and times and all those things. So December itself is kind of a transitional month. It's a closing time, and so this was the last full moon of 2025 is what we just had. I actually might go live later tonight. It's the moon is going to be rising at about 9:40 ish my time in Arizona, and I might go out there and catch that moonrise. I think that would be interesting just because of its significance. It's our last full moon, which is waning. We're about at 85, 80% ish for this waning moon, and it's in Leo. And my moon is a fire sign, so Leo is very heart centered and very identity based. So I think if you're feeling like you are shedding your skin in a way, or like you're the mask that you might have been so rigorously holding on to, maybe that is starting to slip a little bit. Maybe you're feeling these types of things. It could have something to do with the fact that we are in a waning full moon in Leo, which is kind of giving us that shaky, foggy sensation about identity and performance and wanting realness and authenticity and all those types of things. So this one is an interesting one, especially now in December, going into the late winter holidays for some people. And yeah, it's just a really interesting time that we have going on right now. So hope you're all enjoying your December. Oh, okay, let me go into the chat. Hello. Granola Man 547. Hello. Welcome to my sunset. You have a very 90s name. Are you an older person? Or no? Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Doesn't really matter. I'm just curious. Welcome to my sunset. Let's see. Siti Rojula. I don't know how to say that name. I don't know if it's a name or just a collection of letters, but that is how I would read it. Hello, thanks for hopping into my live. I appreciate it. And Piper Farrell, hello. Welcome to my live here. I'm in Arizona. If you guys want to let me know where you're at, that would be cool. So, or I like the global aspect of this because I really feel like when we all kind of converge and communicate in one space, but yet we're in different times and things like that. I think that's just such a fascinating occurrence to me. I don't know why. It's like we're communicating from different dimensions, which we are, but you know, I like to make the mundane a little bit more extraordinary just because that's how I tend to sense life. It tends to be a little bit more um, titillating than what most people would experience. Most people get bored and find, watching paint dry to be a boring thing, but I'm sure I could probably find that to be fascinating. But like these cosmic events and these convergences and things that come down all into one point in space and time, to me that's profound, even though it's just a sunset or it's just a moonrise or it's just this or that. I find them really to be extraordinary events and I like to talk about them. So that's why I come live and chat with people during this time just to go consciousness to consciousness and have a good time playing with the energies and the frequencies. Let's see. Anybody else new in the chat? No. And nothing new in the chat. But anyways, I was talking about we're in, our moon is in Leo and how that um, kind of forces us into these questioning modes. It's also a time of integration. So if you've been doing either spiritual work, energetic work, inner work, or even physical work, you've been traveling, you've been putting a business together, launching a project or something like that, now is the time to just really sit with what you have, sit with what has come to you so far, and integrate everything and find the emerging pattern that's screaming at you, but you can't quite feel what's emerging yet. So that's kind of what this waning full moon is causing all of us to be in, is this seeking for a pattern, looking for the pattern that's emerging from whatever it is that we've been doing. So I just wanted to kind of come on and share that. I was journaling about that, and I went on a pretty long walk today, late this afternoon, and um, was wanting. So since my moon is in a fire sign, so Leo's a fire sign, it's kind of igniting it a little bit stronger in me, I guess. It's kind of forcing me to really strive to find the answers, in general with the things that I've been doing. And so I encourage you guys to use my app. It's free. The link is in the description, but that's kind of why I created it, to help me put the bigger picture together. And using, so my app uses astrology and Kabbalah and psychology principles, archetypal principles, and different things, and it overlays all of those things to find the emerging pattern. So I like to get in there and just kind of journal. There's like a journal in there and different oracle spaces in there where you can kind of put your questions in there and you can ask it to kind of give you the emerging pattern from the things that you're doing. So as you're working in there, when you ask the oracle questions or you journal, it compiles it. And if you ever want to get a full read on all of the questions that you've been working on, you can go into the I think it's the oracle page, and it'll show you everything that you're kind of working on, and you can work in there and ask it to give you patterns and things like that to help you find those emerging patterns if you want. Sometimes it's nice to just sit with it, right, and just let our consciousness give it to us. And so Leo is heart centered, heart focused, but it also has a relationship to the body. And in my app, I have some body work in there that kind of goes along with these things. I don't have anything for Leo, which I should, because Leo is kind of a big one for me as well. But I should have some Leo ATM. So I have two in there. So there are two audios in there. But Leo's the heart and the chest and the diaphragm and the lungs and the ribs. And so I got a cold last week, and so I've been fighting it off with this full moon. I think I pushed myself a little bit too hard. I've been pinpointing my power windows and my times of work and flow and things like that, and I went overboard and I blew a fuse according to the oracle in my app. I went too heavy, too hard, and so my breathing and sinuses and things like that were affected. And I think it kind of neatly correlates to this full moon. I don't know when it went into Leo. I think it's only in the signs every like 3 or so days. So I don't know when it went into Leo, when it goes out of Leo, but it's usually only in a sign for a few days. So I don't know what sign it was in. What's before Leo? Cancer? Was it in Cancer before? I think it was. Oh, wow. So we went from, so this one is particularly important for me, and because my sun sign's in Cancer, so I transitioned. So it's a real identity shift for me, and really forcing me into reflection on my identity, and really getting a heartfelt sense of who I am, and looking at the emerging patterns and synthesizing my truth and authenticity, which that I'm all about authenticity. It's like the most important thing you can do in this life is to really love yourself, which is very hard. We think we do, we say all, we can say that we love ourselves all the time, but do you really love yourself? Do you find yourself is it difficult for you to share yourself? Like, do you covet yourself? I know that's a terrible way to say it, but do you hoard yourself? I don't mean like, do you find it hard, is it hard for you to go out and socialize and things like that? What I mean is, do you have a hard time? Do you want to spend more time with yourself than other people, I guess? Not in an introverted kind of way, but just in a way that you just value yourself that much and you love spending time with yourself that much that it's really hard for you to share yourself or break some time off to other people because you just love doing things with yourself, not by yourself, but with yourself. You want to really really fall in love with yourself. It's a wonderful way to find that authenticity and to really embody the authenticity and exude it and walk in it because you love it so much, because you know where it comes from, you know who you are, because you spend so much time with yourself, learning about yourself, knowing yourself. So anyway, I didn't mean to ramble on about that. Anyway, I'm getting better from my cold, and I should probably go back inside and get a little bit warm. It's not super cold out here. I think we're at about, it's actually kind of nice. It's probably like 58 degrees right now, but it's a little colder than I like. And I'm trying to bring my voice back because I need to record the Scorpio lesson, which I've owed for months now. But I need to record the Scorpio audio and put it into the app, which I will do as soon as my voice is better, which is probably going to be next weekend. And I have some other lessons that I want to do that don't really require my voice to be all that great. Which sounds funny, but there's a science and a method to it. So I might add another one. Um, One that aligns with my voice where it's at. So we'll see. But anyway, check out my app if you haven't. Those of you who have, I hope you're enjoying it. Leave me some feedback in there. It's the first app that I created myself using AI, I do admit. But it's a rigorous process. I don't know if anybody's developed an app using AI. It, it makes it functionally possible if you're not a coder, but it still is a kind of a rigorous process because you really have to um, keep track of what's going on and understand the logic of what's going on and things like that to get things built the way you want it. So, but anyway, it's the first app that I developed. It's a wonderful process, and I'm really proud of what I created because it combines astrology, Kabbalah, psychology, and somatic body work. And collectively, it helps walk you through inner work. It helps you understand your life path, where you're at with it, how you want to steer on that course. So, yeah, check out the app. Link is in the description. And I think I'll leave it there. Let me check the chat one more time. Hi, William. Oh, look at your puppy. Oh, I love that picture. Oh, his little snout. Oh, how cute. Hi, William. Welcome. I'm doing well. Peaceful place. Yeah, it usually is. I enjoy my my sunsets out here on my patio. It's fantastic. Um, Zaidal, Ionizi. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Hi, welcome to my chat. John Joseph, wholesome, very cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Wholeness is something that is ever so important, especially in this world. So wholesome, I will take that as an extreme and extraordinary compliment. Zaidal, this is true. I'm not sure at what point you were talking about that. Perhaps the liminal space stuff that I was saying about Leo. I'm not sure. I'm a good person. Oh, I appreciate that. That's so sweet. Um, X-Ha says 6'7". There's a there's a Kabbalistic interpretation of 6-7, and I don't know what it is yet. There's a YouTube video I was gonna watch. I'm gonna look into that because I want to find out what that is all about. Zaid, welcome, Zaid. And that is it in the chat. So thank you guys so much for hopping in and chatting with me and spending this time with me, and perhaps for a few minutes or a few seconds anyway, you've listened to me ramble on about my stuff. Um, if you are curious about yourself, to delve into the depths of your inner workings, do check out my app. Leave me some feedback. The app is free, but I do beg for donations in there. So if you want to support me at all, there's a way to do it in the app. Feel free to do that. If you enjoyed this video, liked spending some time with me, like the video, subscribe if you want to know when I'm going to be on, because I come on pretty randomly. It's just kind of a time frame that I use, like sunsets and moon rises and things like that. So subscribe and it'll, alert you when I'm on doing whatever random thing I'm going to do. I have some new perfumes, or at least one. I think I did the other one, I don't remember. And I want to do some Scentbird perfume reviews that I'm excited to do. And you know what? I am going to review an older perfume because I know this is all random at the tail end of this. But anyway, there's perfumes are so seasonal, and one perfume in one season is not the same perfume in another season. So I've started leaning into my Dime Seven Summers, and I want to review it again, which I kind of am doing right now, but just for like 10 seconds. It Now that the temperature has come down significantly, oh my God, it has a whole new life. I can't even believe it. So I'm going to review that one as well. So stay tuned for a perfume review. I might go live in a couple of hours for the full moon, maybe, I don't know. And I will probably be live again for the next sunset, perhaps. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on another one. Good night.